Okay, so look, 2024 is about to end, and there is one thing for certain. Never in my life have I seen so many allegations in 1 year. I don't know what happened, but somehow it became a trend to have allegations on you. From Drake to P. Diddy to MrBeast to a Pokémon. Everyone this year had some sort of allegations. I just know Tommy NFG's 2024 timeline is gonna be full of them. So I decided to rank every single allegation that I knew about. So if I didn't cover an allegation that you wanted me to cover, well, in the words of 2017 Race Gum, I'll rank these on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 meaning they beat the allegations, and 10 meaning they should be publicly executed. Now, I want you all to know that I'm writing this in October and most likely editing it in November, so I have to make a part 2 if more allegations show up. But y'all get the memo. 1 is a free man, 1 is a freak, fight or flight. Let's go!
Quite yet though, but anyway, there is a Pokemon that I want to get in this area, so let's just look around for a second. Alright, maybe this is it now. Yes, this is it, and oh my god!
I am not gonna lie, this one hit me really personally. I grew up watching Chugga. I would literally go home every day and get hyped to watch his videos. I mean, he's part of the reason why I even game in the first place. But let me explain. So in February of this year, Chuggaaconroy was exposed for liking feet. A little too much. Now, this would not be a problem if the people he was talking to weren't clout chasers, but unfortunately, they were. Because of his status as a popular YouTuber, the people who originally leaked his Discord messages took this way out of proportion. One of his friends leaked DMs from 2012 as proof that he was a pedophile, which is kind of fucked up when you think about it, because for those who don't know, he's part of the Special Forces. If you know, you know. So leaking these messages to cancel someone with autism is really fucked up. Luckily, he was able to disprove any of these allegations, and one of his actual friends actually put him in therapy. And because of this, he's now back to making content. And with that, I will give him the first and only 1.
Hey, my name is Drake, and I'm here to say, Kendrick Lamar, your diss is hard and okay. Diss me, now you gotta
Drake, Drizzy Drake Snake.
Kendrick is up in his mouth, and I'm about to put my dick in it right now.
Drake's allegations shook the entire world, from getting exposed for being Canadian to being exposed as a deadbeat dad. Here, let me explain it for you. So during Drake's beef with Kendrick Lamar, Kendrick dropped Meet the Grams, and these are the allegations made in that song. Housing sex offenders in OVO, having a secret daughter, which implies he could have more children, manipulation, gambling addiction, Ozempic usage, and having a BBL. Now, I know you're asking, well, how did he know all this? Let me break it down for you. You see, the day before Meet the Grams dropped, Kendrick dropped 616 in LA, and in that song, Kendrick says that there is a rat in OVO feeding him information. This is why the covers for 616 and Meet the Grams were just photos of Drake's stuff. And the beef finally culminated with Kendrick saying they not like us. And knowing how many allegations there were this year, he definitely wasn't lying. Final score? 9.
The most poorly aged DLC in gaming? Oh no.
This could be the most controversial DLC in all of gaming. Back in 2021, Predator Hunting Grounds released a Dr. Disrespect DLC, where you play as Dr. Disrespect, except he is the Predator.
So Dr. Disrespect just out of the blue admitted he was talking to minors in 2017 through the Twitch DM system. And this was revealed to be the reason why he was banned in 2020. Now this is the only set of allegations where they just admitted to do it, and because of that I'm going to give it an 8. What I'm confused about is why did it take Twitch so long to say that? And why did they hide it since 2020? Now I'm starting to think that every single Twitch streamer has some dirt on them that they don't want to be covered. Anyway, as for Doc, he's been trying to get someone to sign him, but no one's taking his offer. Not even Kick is taking his offer. Like, dude, if Kick is refusing to sign you, you know you're cooked.
Not gonna lie, bro, we're cooked.
The Chris Tyson situation could become a complete disaster for MrBeast brand.
This one was like a chain reaction starter because, dude. So basically, a video exposing Tyson Chicken went mega viral, and it exposes Chris's, well, unhinged backstory. The thing is, there are 2 people who are the main parts of this story. Chris Tyson and Shagman. I'm not gonna try to explain what Shagman has done, just go find another video on him. But to put it simply, Chris decided to buy some of Shagman's art and put it in his house. The problem was that the art he chose was of Keemstar's daughter, who was 11 years old at the time. Now, to be fair, this was back during the time when everybody f***ed with Shadman. But even still, out of all the artwork you could have picked, you chose the one of Keemstar's daughter, who, I remind you, was 11 at the time. He's also exposed his love for Lolly in the past, so for that, it's safe to give him an 8.
Not only do black people not have rights in Roblox, but neither do women. Like, when did Roblox get so realistic?
I think it's time to take a break from grooming allegations. Let's talk about something else. Like promoting gambling. After Chris got exposed, somebody by the name of Dogpack404 dropped an expose video on Mr. Bruh. He goes on to say that Mr. Bruh was promoting gambling to kids, not knowing that Luigi already did that. He also says MrBeast fakes some of his videos, which is fair because, I mean, you can't just build a railroad anywhere. But he also states that people were actually getting injured in these challenges, which makes sense, as around the time these allegations were coming out, some other allegations about MrBeast's show on Amazon were also of people getting hurt. MrBeast has not responded to any of these allegations. Instead, he's been dropping knockoff Lunchables. Speaking of said Lunchables, people were constantly finding mold in them. And this is because they didn't use any preservatives in the cheese like Lunchable does. Now, I know a lot of fancy and expensive cheeses have mold in them, but I'm eating bootleg Lunchables. I didn't expect mold in cheese. And while I'm writing this video, a lot more things just keep coming out. Apparently, MrBeast's friend group chat got leaked, and people are really just finding out that he knew about Chris's activities. As if this screenshot wasn't enough evidence of that. But also, the person who covered these screenshots has also reported MrBeast to the FBI, so there's no way MrBeast can ignore this any longer. Anyways, I'm not trying to make this video any longer than it already is, so I'm just gonna give MrBeast a 9 for now. Now, what if I told you everything I just said was a lie?
I bought that nigga album in 7th grade and played it so much, you would've thought my favorite rapper was Puff. Back then I ain't know shit, now I know too much.
Let's be real, you knew this one's gonna be up here. Sean Diddy Combs, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, J. Cole's favorite rapper. I'm gonna make this quick because everybody was already on this case. P. Diddy has an extensive list of sex crimes, from sex trafficking to sexual assault. Now, what if I told you that those weren't the only type of crimes he did? He also blew up Kid Cudi's car in his own driveway, and even there's a video of him beating his ex. When these allegations came to light, everyone started becoming a lot more skeptical about those Diddy parties, wondering what was truly going on in them. You see, at these Diddy parties, there would be these events called freak-offs. And yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. However, during these freak-offs, Diddy would secretly record and use these recordings as evidence to blackmail somebody. And in September, Diddy was finally arrested, and at his house, they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. And while this was already bad, his lawyer made it even worse. He said that Diddy was buying baby oil in bulk in Costco. Two things. One, Costco themselves had to come out and say they don't sell baby oil. And two, what do you think he was using all that baby oil for? Because we all know why he bought it. So with that being said, Diddy is going to be our first 10.
Typhlosion? What are you laughing at?
Yeah, this is the one I was not expecting to happen, but believe it or not, this did happen. It's also the reason why I'm even making this video in the first place. But to understand this whole situation, let me take you all the way back to October. In mid-October, over a terabyte of files was hacked and stolen from Game Freak. This leak exposed 2,000 employees' full name and addresses, the entire source code of Black and White 2, concept art, and cool beta designs like the sky. But what people were really talking about were these Pokémon mythology stories, specifically the one where a Typhlosion disguised as a man kidnaps and gaslights a child into having a kid with him. However, I'm actually going to give Typhlosion a 2. Now, before you try to actually kill me in real life, let me explain my reasoning. You see, the story that I told you was actually not how the story went. The original Japanese story was machine translated, making it sound way worse than it actually was. The story actually goes like this. A woman is trapped on a mountain about to freeze to death. However, a man saves her and takes her to his place, aka a cave. He then takes care of the woman for a while, then they both sleep. When she wakes up, she finds out that the man isn't actually a man, but rather a Typhlosion. Time passes and the Typhlosion leaves to fight her dad because he's been looking for her, but loses. Now, with that being said, we can all agree that that version was way better than the mistranslated version. Even when the real story was revealed, niggas still had this like agenda against Typhlosion, acting like he couldn't beat the allegations. However, Typhlosion isn't getting a perfect one for one specific reason. I am accusing him of being a fraud. Cause bro, how do you lose to a regular human? You are literally called the volcano Pokemon. Just blow them. All in all, Typhlosion is innocent at the end of the day, and while this was the world record for a joke becoming unfunny, this image does go hard. In conclusion, Kendrick was right.